Christy from coastalknitsandpurls.com. I'm a Florida knitter who shares her knitting adventures through the Sunshine State. So today I'm here to share with you what I've been up to the week of October the 21st. So first of all, I'm super excited that I am back to knitting almost as much as before I broke my wrist and had the surgery to repair it. So woohoo, yay me. This past week I also beyond knitting. I also started to plan some Christmas gifts for my family. I also think blankets and bookmarks and socks. This does, of course, mean that I had to order some new yarn for some of those projects, specifically the blanket projects. And I'm using up stash yarn or previous yarn that I received in my subscriptions to knit some of the other things like the bookmarks and, of course, the socks. So come on. Let's go see what I've been up to this week. First and only finished project for the week is a complete set of, it's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus socks. So all of this yarn is from my Hocus Pocus surprise sock set from Southern Skeins. She is a Florida yarn dyer out of Tallahassee, one of my favorites. And if you do order from southernskeins.com and use my name as your coupon code, so Christy McCauley, you will save 15% on pretty much anything you order. She covers the subscription boxes and everything with that percentage off. So this again is from that Hocus Pocus set. I used all of the colors except the green, which I did use on this next project. That's one in one of my works in progress. So this is for my oldest daughter, and I did the pink here, the orange here, the yellow here. This is the main colorway here, and then there's a purple at the toe. I think when I do the next set of it's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus socks, I'm probably just going to do half pink, half orange for the cuff. For the leg, I think I'm going to use the main color. I may do a pop of color at the heel. I may not. I may just make the leg, the heel, and the foot all this main, and then do another pop of color at the toe. We'll see, but this is for my oldest, and she'll love these. And then I'll knit a pair for each of my other two girls. So that's my only finished object, but it is, I want to point out, a complete pair of socks. My works in progress, I am waiting on yarn to do the 3 blanket projects for my kids. Each of the girls is going to get a blanket for Christmas. And I'm going to use up stash yarn to to knit bookmarks for each of them. They're all very into reading, and probably going to do a bookmark for my sister-in-law who also loves to read, and probably some socks, but we'll see how it goes. I have a lot of future plans for knitting socks, so I have to finish all the Halloween socks in the next week or so, and then I have to start on my Christmas socks. Since I'm doing knee-high Christmas socks for each of the 3 girls, that's going to take a while. And they wear those with their uniforms on like a crazy sock day, for the holiday spirit week type thing. So it actually has to be done, before then. But the only true work in progress that I've actively been working on is another pair of the Witch Please socks, which I had finished last week. Last week I used a yellow tang, it was called, on the cuff, the heel, and the toe. For this set, I'm using the greenish color from the Hocus Pocus set from Southern Skeins, and then the main color is Witch Please from my Yarnable subscription. So Hypnotic Yarns does that. So I will probably be done with this in the next day or so. I'm on the foot now. I think this pair is going to be for my oldest, and then I have to make a pair for my middle. I already made a pair for my youngest. Beyond that, the same old projects are still exactly where I left them prior to summer sock camp. So I have my dish towel that is almost at the very end, but haven't touched it. And I have a scrappy blanket that I have been working on, not recently, but have worked on. I may have to actually take that off my needles because I need the cord for the Christmas blankets that I'm knitting. So we'll see how that ends. And then also I was working on a shirt for myself, but I'm still in progress with that. So that again hasn't been touched. What I'm watching. So I did finish watching the latest season of The Lincoln Lawyer. Really enjoyed this season. Almost enjoyed it as much, if not more, than the first season. So super excited about that. My husband and I are also watching Tracker season 2. It's only been 2 episodes because I think they put them out once a week on Paramount Plus, as after they air on CBS or whatever it is. So we have watched both of those. The second one was super odd, talking about UFOs and things like that, and I don't get into that kind of stuff. We also watched the first, I think it was just 1 episode of Fire Country. So the new season of that came out also, and of course that does leak out, I think once a week or whatever as well. I did start watching the latest season of Outer Banks today. I didn't get very far before my husband came back from his physical therapy appointment. So I didn't really get to watch hardly any of it, mostly the recap, to be honest. But I will finish that season, and then I also have the newest and latest of Emily in Paris to watch. What I'm reading or listening to, I did finally finish Liliana's Invincible Summer, which is a memoir by the author. I didn't love it. I normally love her fiction, but I did not love this memoir. And when I started listening to it, I actually didn't realize it was a memoir. And I'm currently listening to a book called The Other Eden for book club. So I'm not too far into that, but. So where you can find me. You can find me on Facebook at Christy Knits, on Instagram and Pinterest at Christy Co, here on YouTube at Florida Knits, and Threads and Ravelry are just my full name, Christy McCauley. And I love connecting with my fellow knitters and Floridians, so feel free to reach out to me with any questions or comments, or just to share your latest project with me. I love to see those too. You can email me at coastalknitsandpurls@gmail.com. Till next week, happy knitting.